The galaxy was burning. Stars that once shined with peace were now covered in the smoke of endless wars. Entire planets were destroyed. Many alien empires rose with pride, and then fell with fear. In this dark time, one empire stood above all others, a name that made every species shake. The Zauran Dominion. They were known for one thing: they never lost. Every planet they attacked was crushed. Every species they met was broken. Some races tried to fight. Some begged for mercy. Some tried to hide. But the ending was always the same. The Zauran Dominion won. Their soldiers were tall, cold, and emotionless. Their technology was centuries ahead of most civilizations. Their warships were like giant metal beasts floating in space, leaving destruction behind them. For the Zauran, conquering a new planet was nothing more than another day of work. For years, no one dared to stand against them. Until one day, the Zauran scanners found something unusual. A small, blue planet. A world full of water, forests, and simple cities. A world that looked weak and unprepared. The Zauran commanders read the planet's name, Earth. They laughed. To them, humans were not a threat. Humans were emotional, unstable, always fighting among themselves. Their weapons were primitive. Their ships were slow. Their armies were small. The Zauran believed that humans would fall in a single day. Send the scout fleet, the Zauran High Lord ordered with a cold smile. This will be easy. The first Zauran scout ships entered Earth's orbit like shadows in the night sky. Humans saw them and panicked. Sirens rang in major cities. News channels reported strange metallic objects above the atmosphere. Military bases scrambled their jets and small defense ships. The humans tried to fight, but their weapons could not even scratch the alien hull. Laser fire from the Zauran ships tore through human defenses. One small base after another went silent. Entire command centers were destroyed before they could even understand what was happening. In just 1 hour, the aliens destroyed more human ships than any previous enemy in all of human history. Across the galaxy, alien races watched the invasion through secret broadcasts. Some watched with fear. Some watched with cold acceptance. And many said the same sentence: humans will fall in one day. After all, every species before humans had fallen. Some in days, some in weeks. But all had collapsed under the power of the Zauran Dominion. But then, something strange happened. Something no one expected. Humans did not run. Humans did not cry for mercy. Humans did not surrender. Every time a base fell, humans built 2 more. Every time a ship exploded, another crew volunteered to fly again. Every time the Zauran expected fear, humans showed courage. The Zauran commanders grew confused. This was not normal. One alien officer scanned battlefield reports and shook his head. Sir, humans should be afraid. They should be broken. But they are not. Across Earth, people stood together. Nations that once fought each other now united like brothers. Soldiers who had never seen space before were ready to die fighting in the sky. And then something even more surprising happened. A message began to spread across all human communication channels. It appeared on radios, screens, satellites, even old devices. Carried the same simple sentence: we don't surrender. No one knew who sent it first. Maybe a soldier. Maybe a common citizen. Maybe someone who refused to accept defeat. But within hours, the message spread across the entire planet like fire in dry grass. We don't surrender. We don't surrender. We don't surrender. Every human heard it, and every human believed it. For the first time, the Zauran Dominion felt something they had never felt before: doubt. The Zauran leader slammed his fist on the table. This is impossible. They are weak. They must fall. But the battlefield reports told a different story. Human soldiers were adapting. Human scientists were learning alien technology faster than any species the Zauran had met. Human pilots were fighting with strategies the aliens had never seen before. Human civilians were helping the military, building defenses, repairing ships, sharing information. Every hour, humans grew stronger. Every hour, the Zauran grew more confused. This species was not like the others. They were emotional. Yes, They were inexperienced. Yes, they were technologically behind. Yes, but they had something more powerful than fear, something more dangerous than weapons. They refused to break. Late in the night, inside the main Zauran warship, the intel officer rushed into the control room. His voice was shaking, something very rare for their species. "High Lord, we have a problem." The High Lord turned, annoyed. "What now?" The officer showed live data on the holoscreen. Human energy levels rising. Human strategy patterns changing. Human technology adapting. "Sir," the officer said slowly, almost whispering, "humans are changing, adapting faster than any species we have ever seen." The High Lord froze. For the first time in his life, he felt fear. The camera slowly pulls back. The alien fleet hovers above Earth. Human lights glow in the darkness. A storm is coming, and Earth is not afraid. The Zauran Dominion expected Earth to fall quickly. Their commanders believed humans had no real strength, no unity, and no advanced technology. To them, Earth was a weak planet, a small world with nothing special. From the outside, Earth truly looked simple. Its cities were tiny compared to massive alien megastructures. Its spaceships were slow and old-fashioned. Its weapons were noisy, messy, and primitive. If someone saw Earth from space, they would think the same thing as the Zauran. This world cannot survive an invasion. But they were wrong. They just didn't know it yet. Globe showing Europe, Africa, Earth under the shadow. As Zauran warships floated above the planet, every human nation went into emergency mode. Streets were empty. Schools closed. People hid in shelters. Military bases worked all night without rest. For the first time in human history, countries stopped fighting each other. They understood one truth. If humans did not stand together, humanity would end. In an underground bunker beneath New York City, world leaders connected through a secure line. The meeting room was dark except for screens glowing with red alerts. One general said, "Humanity has only two choices now: unite or disappear." Everyone agreed. Police car light the Zauran message. Above Earth, the Zauran prepared their grand announcement. Inside their flagship, the High Lord stood in front of a hologram recorder. His tall silver armor reflected the blue flames of alien fires behind him. He spoke in a cold, emotionless voice. "People of Earth, you stand before the Zauran Dominion. Kneel, surrender your planet, and accept our rule. Resist, and be destroyed." The message was broadcast across the entire planet: phones, TVs, radios, satellites, everywhere. Some humans felt fear. Some felt anger. Some felt determination. But no one felt surrender. Crossed swords, the first human response. A few hours later, the humans answered. The United Earth Council sent a simple message: "We do not kneel." When the alien commanders heard this, they laughed. One Zauran captain said, "These creatures do not understand what is coming." Another replied, "They will break like all others." But even when they laughed, they knew something was strange. Humans were refusing too quickly, too boldly. It made the Zauran uneasy. Collision, the first big attack. The Zauran did not wait. A group of alien fighters flew down toward a major human city. Their mission was to destroy a military base and show humans the cost of rebellion. The skies turned red as alien beams cut through clouds. Human jet fighters launched to intercept, even though pilots knew the alien ships were far stronger. One human pilot whispered into her radio, "We fight till the last breath." Her voice trembled, but her resolve did not. The first clash was brutal. Human jets exploded in mid-air. Alien lasers sliced through steel like paper. The military base shook as alien fire bombarded it. It looked hopeless, yet humans did not retreat. More jets launched. More soldiers joined the fight. More civilians volunteered to help. The base took massive damage, but it did not fall. The Zauran commander watching the battle frowned. "This is not logical," he said. "They should be running." But the humans kept coming back, again and again. Wrench human cleverness awakens. After the attack, engineers rushed to study the ruins of destroyed alien drones and broken pieces of alien metal. they discovered something surprising. Human tools could analyze alien tech faster than expected. Human brains worked strangely compared to other species. They were chaotic, emotional, creative, and unpredictable. But that chaos was also powerful. A scientist looked at a broken alien device and whispered, "We can learn this. We can use this." Within hours, human labs were trying to copy small pieces of alien technology. The Zauran had no idea humans could adapt this fast. Brick the Earth wall. Across the planet, humans started building defenses everywhere. Makeshift bunkers, underground tunnels, shield towers using old satellite parts, emergency railguns built from mining equipment, hacked communication networks. It was messy, chaotic, and rushed. But it worked. A Zauran scout ship tried attacking a rural area, only to be hit by a homemade railgun built by engineers who had never even seen alien tech before. The scout ship fell in flames. The humans cheered. It was a small victory, but it meant everything. As the galaxy watches. Billions of light years away, other alien species watched the Earth invasion through hidden channels. Some felt pity. Some felt fear. Some felt unexpected hope. A small alien child asked her father, "Will Earth fall like our world did?" The father hesitated. "I don't know," he said softly. "These humans, they fight in a strange way. They rise even after defeat." For the first time, a whisper spread across the galaxy. Maybe Earth will survive. Warning, Zauran confusion and worry. Inside the Zauran flagship, the commanders reviewed the battle reports. Humans had lost, yes, but humans were not broken. One officer said, "They lost bases, but their spirit is rising." Another added, "We crush them, but they come back stronger." This had never happened before. The High Lord gripped the edge of the table, silent and furious. A weak species was not supposed to behave like this. A weak planet was not supposed to resist like this. Yet Earth did. The Zauran did not know it yet, but they were facing something far more dangerous than advanced weapons. They were facing human will, and human will was unbreakable. They thought humans would panic, hide, and finally surrender. But by the end of the first week of invasion, the Zauran began to see something terrifying. Humans were not dying. They were adapting. Every hour, every battle, every loss, the humans were learning. Rocket, the first major capture. It happened during a cloudy morning in the Pacific Ocean. A damaged Zauran scout ship, small but still deadly, was trying to return to the mothership. Its engines smoked, its hull cracked from Earth's atmosphere. Normally, a ship like this would escape easily. But the humans were watching. A U.S. Navy submarine detected unusual energy waves near the water surface. When the scout ship crashed into the ocean, the submarine rushed forward. Inside the submarine, the captain shouted, "Prepare boarding team. This is our chance." The team entered the ship through a broken section of the hull. Smoke and sparks filled the air. Alien symbols glowed on the walls. For the first time in human history, they were inside alien technology. The soldiers carefully collected devices, weapons, and parts of the ship's engine. Even though the ship was damaged, the amount of alien tech inside was priceless. Humans had never touched anything like this. Outside, the Zauran Watcher drones saw the crash but arrived too late. The humans had captured their first alien craft. Microscope human science wakes up. Within hours, the captured Zauran parts were taken to a secret underground laboratory. Scientists, engineers, and researchers gathered around the metallic alien devices with wide eyes. A scientist whispered, This is hundreds of years ahead of us." Another replied, "Good. That means we have a lot to learn." Within one day, humans discovered something shocking. Human minds understood alien tech faster than the Zauran expected. Human engineers didn't think in straight lines like most alien species. They were creative, chaotic, unpredictable, and brilliant. They mixed alien circuits with human wires. They combined human batteries with alien energy cores. They used Zauran metal in human armor. It was messy, unorganized work, but it started to change everything. A new hybrid technology was born. half human, half alien, stronger than both. Shield, the fire that would not stop. While the scientists worked, the soldiers on the front lines were fighting harder than ever. In Europe, human armies built defense walls from destroyed alien scrap. In Asia, old missile systems were upgraded using tiny pieces of alien tech. In Africa, civilians created underground networks to move supplies safely. Everyone was helping. Everyone was fighting. Humanity was turning into a wildfire, a fire the Zalran could not control. High voltage, the first human counterattack. For days, humans had only defended. But now, with upgraded hybrid weapons, they decided to strike back. A group of elite pilots flew toward a Zalran carrier ship. Their jets were still old, human-made, and slow, but inside them were alien energy boosters created from the captured ship. When the jets launched into the sky, the pilots felt the power. One pilot laughed in disbelief. This feels like flying a star. The jets accelerated faster than any human aircraft before. The alien sensors did not detect them at first because the jets carried both human and alien signatures. The Zalran commander's eyes widened. What is this? These readings? They are impossible. Before the aliens could react, the human jets launched a new type of missile, built with human engineering but powered by alien energy cores. The missile struck the Zalran carrier's shields and overloaded them instantly. With a massive explosion, the shield collapsed. Humans had done something no species had accomplished in years. They broke through a Zalran shield. Then the second wave of missiles hit. The carrier ship shook violently, fire bursting from its engines. The Zalran panicked. A Zalran officer shouted, "Retreat! Retreat now!" The humans chased them down, firing until the carrier was falling toward the ocean. And in front of thousands of watching humans on the coast, the Zalran carrier crashed into the sea. Humanity had won its first major victory. People cheered. Families cried. Soldiers hugged each other. Across the planet, hope rose like sunlight. The galaxy is now afraid. Billions of light-years away, alien species that watched the live feeds were silent. A small planet with simple technology, a species the galaxy thought was weak, had destroyed a Zalran carrier. A respected alien leader stared at the hologram of the burning ship and whispered, "This should not be possible." Another elder said softly, "Humans are something new." For the first time, the galaxy felt something they had not felt in ages. Hope, fearful face, Zalran shock and fear. Meanwhile, on the Zalran flagship, chaos erupted. Officers argued. Commanders panicked. Technicians tried to explain the impossible readings. How did humans pierce our shields? How did they learn our technology so fast? How did weak beings defeat a carrier? The High Lord remained silent, staring at the battlefield reports. Then he said in a low voice, "It has begun." Everyone looked at him. The High Lord continued, "Humans are not like the others. They rise faster than we can push them down. They fight even when they should be broken." He slowly turned toward the galaxy map. "We must crush them now, or the Dominion will fall. Fire the rising fire of humanity." As night covered Earth, humans did not sleep. They rebuilt bases. They studied alien metals. They repaired damaged jets. They trained new soldiers. A fire was rising in humanity, a fire made of courage, unity, and sheer stubborn will. It was the fire the Zalran feared most, because they had seen it only once before, in the rise of a species the galaxy later called the Unbreakable Ones. And now, the humans were becoming exactly that. The destruction of a Zalran carrier ship by humans sent shockwaves across the galaxy. For centuries, the Zalran Dominion had crushed every opponent without effort. Entire worlds kneeled. Entire species disappeared. No one dared to fight back. But a small blue world, a planet the Dominion expected to conquer in a single day, had shocked everyone. Earth had survived the first wave. Earth had destroyed a carrier. Earth had stood unbroken. And now the galaxy was watching. Milky Way, a galaxy of silent witnesses. In a distant corner of the Milov system, the peaceful Kalari species gathered around their glowing screens. Their planet had been conquered by the Zalran decades ago. They lived as slaves now, their cities chained by fear. An old Kalari elder watched the replay of the human jets attacking the Zalran carrier. Tears filled his eyes. "Look," he whispered. "They fight without fear, like we once did." Beside him, a young Kalari asked, "Do you think humans can win?" The elder smiled weakly. "They have something the Zalran cannot understand, hope." Other civilizations react. Across the galaxy, many species reacted in their own ways. Purple Circle, the Varric traders, a race known for logic and neutrality. One Varric analyst studied human battle data. "These humans, they change tactics every hour," he murmured. "Zalran algorithms cannot predict them. This is dangerous." Another replied, "Dangerous for the Dominion, good for the rest of us." Orange Circle, the Turok warriors, a proud species once defeated by the Zalran. Their commander roared with laughter. "Finally, someone hits those metal tyrants. I like these humans." Blue Circle, the timid Lorian race. They whispered in fear and awe. "What if humans survive? Won't the Zalran destroy everything?" "No," another Lorian replied softly. "If humans survive, they may save us." For the first time in many years, the galaxy felt something new. A rising hope that the Zalran were not unbeatable. Satellite secret broadcasts from Earth. Alien smugglers risked their lives to tap into Earth's communication lines. They shared human footage across hidden channels. Humans helping the wounded. Soldiers fighting even after losing half their forces. Civilians building bunkers. Pilots flying damaged jets. Engineers repairing ships with their bare hands. Every clip showed the same thing. Humans refused to break. One alien pirate captain muttered, "They're crazy, but brave. I respect that." Another added, "If the Dominion loses Earth, their fear rule ends." Chart decreasing panic in the Zalran High Council. Inside the Zalran capital, the High Council gathered. It was the first time in decades they met with worry in their eyes. The supreme strategist threw the holoscreen onto the table. "Look at this. Look at how the humans fought." A council member hissed, "They used our tech. How did they learn so fast?" Another replied, "They do not learn like other species. They adapt, improvise, evolve." The High Lord spoke calmly, but his voice shook slightly. "We underestimated Earth. We cannot allow their fire to spread." Then he looked at the galaxy map. "Send the Crimson Fleet. Wipe them out before they grow further." The room froze. The Crimson Fleet was the Dominion's deadliest weapon, a massive force used only when an entire star system needed to be burned. Using it on one small planet meant only one thing. The Dominion was afraid. Globe showing Europe, Africa, Earth prepares for the storm. Back on Earth, humans knew something big was coming. They could feel it in the silence between battles, in the strange readings from their satellites, in the patterns of Zalran communication. Something huge was heading toward them. In an underground command center, General Aaron Silva looked at the hologram of the Crimson Fleet approaching Earth. He exhaled slowly. "They're sending their best," he said. "That means we hurt them badly." A young officer swallowed in fear. "Sir, can we survive this?" General Silva looked at the entire room. "We are humans," he said. "We build homes from ashes. We rise from ruins. We adapt faster than fear." He pointed to the approaching fleet. "And we do not kneel." Wrench human innovation explodes. With the Zalran preparing a massive assault, humanity worked harder than ever. Construction engineers built shields using alien metal fusion. Test tube scientists created new weapons mixing human explosives with alien energy packs. Adult rocket pilots learned new aerial techniques designed only for hybrid jets. Hammer and wrench civilians turned factories into armor-producing machines. Every hour brought a new improvement. Every hour brought humanity closer to something the galaxy had never seen. A species advancing faster in 1 week than most species advanced in 50 years. The galaxy holds its breath. Hidden sensors across alien worlds picked up the movement of the Crimson Fleet. Millions of aliens watched the fleet move toward Earth like a red storm across the stars. Some prayed, some cried, some clenched their fists, some whispered human phrases they learned from broadcasts. "We don't surrender." The galaxy had already chosen a side. And surprisingly, it was with the humans. Cross swords, the storm arrives. As the Crimson Fleet approached Earth's orbit, Zauran ships covered the sky like a red metal blanket. Cities darkened under their shadow. Oceans reflected their burning thrusters. Mountains shook from the vibrations. The invasion had become a war, and the war was about to become a legend. Inside the Zauran flagship, the commander gave the order, "Prepare extermination protocol." Inside the human bunker, General Silva whispered, "Hold the line." The battlefield was set. The galaxy watched, and the fire of humanity was only growing stronger. For the first time in many years, the galaxy felt silence. The Vorai homeworld burned, millions were dead, and the Krax Dominion celebrated their victory. But somewhere far away, in a small hidden corner of space, destiny quietly changed. A single Vorai refugee ship drifted through the darkness. Inside it, survivors sat in fear, believing their race would soon disappear forever. The lights flickered, systems failed, and their pilot whispered, "We are lost. We will die here." But then, a strange signal appeared on the ship's screen. A beacon. A message. It wasn't Krax. It wasn't any known empire. It was something new. A calm voice spoke. "This is Terran Expeditionary Rescue Vessel Atlas I. We received your distress call. Hold position. We are coming." The Vorai stared in confusion. Terrans? Humans? The same weak species everyone laughed at? The ones no major empire respected? The survivors thought it was a joke, until the stars outside brightened. A massive human ship dropped out of hyperspace. But this was not like any human ship seen before in the galaxy. This one was larger, stronger, and glowing with strange blue energy. Its armor looked like something ancient and powerful. Its engines hummed with unknown technology. The Vorai captain stepped forward, shaking. How did you find us?" Our signal was ignored by everyone. The human commander replied simply, "We don't ignore people who cry for help." Their words were gentle, but their ship radiated silent strength. Robotic drones moved quickly, repairing the damaged Vorai ship. Medical teams entered, treating the wounded with speed and kindness. Food packets and warm blankets were offered to every survivor. For the first time since the attack, the Vorai felt hope. But the moment that shocked them most was when the human officer said, "We know the Krax Dominion attacked you, and we know they won't stop. So listen carefully. You are not alone anymore." The Vorai's eyes widened. Humans offering protection against the most feared empire in the galaxy? It sounded impossible. But then the Atlas I transmitted something. A map, plan, a list of operations across the galaxy. The humans had secretly been preparing for war. Not because they wanted power, not because they wanted territory, but because they saw the galaxy suffering. Small races being crushed, innocent worlds destroyed, and no one doing anything. So the humans had decided to step forward. Quietly, carefully, and now boldly. The Vorai leader whispered, You would fight for us? After everything." The human commander nodded. "The Krax think they can do whatever they want. It's time someone stood up to them." In that moment, the galaxy changed. The Vorai didn't know if humans could win. They didn't know how powerful the Terran fleets really were. They didn't know why humans helped strangers. But they knew one thing. Hope had returned. As the Atlas I jumped into hyperspace, escorting the refugee ship, the Vorai survivors looked at the human vessel with awe. Weak? Primitive? No. The humans were something far more dangerous. Kind, determined, and unafraid of giants. The turning point had begun. The Krax Dominion would soon learn that they were not the only force in the galaxy anymore. A new power had quietly risen. The humans were coming. The galaxy had changed, but no one realized it yet. The Krax Dominion continued expanding, burning worlds, conquering weak species, and laughing at the fear they created. They believed they were unstoppable. But in the shadows of deep space, something new was forming. A storm, slow, silent, but powerful. The humans begin their preparation. Deep inside a hidden region known as the Terran frontier, strange activity started. Huge shipyards lit up like stars. Energy reactors glowed with blue-white light. Thousands of workers moved across metal bridges and platforms, assembling machines no one had seen before. The Terran High Command had made their decision. We will not watch the galaxy suffer. We will act. Across Earth, Luna Base, and the colonies, every screen repeated the same message. Operation Dawn Shield activated. No citizen knew what Dawn Shield meant, but the military did. It was the single largest construction and mobilization project in human history. New human technology. Scientists revealed weapons and ships that even humanity had not used publicly. They had been working for years in secret, learning, evolving, and preparing for a day when they might need to defend not only themselves but others. New starships with armor that shimmered. Dreadnoughts that hummed with strange quantum engines. Fighters that moved like flashes of light. And something even more mysterious. A colossal project hidden behind sealed hangar doors. Even the highest-ranking officers whispered about it. The Archimer, is it ready? No one knows. If it is, the galaxy will never be the same. The Vorai joined the Terrans. Thousands of Vorai refugees were brought to safe human colonies. First, they were confused. Humans treated them with respect, gave them food, built shelters, even set up schools for the young. The Vorai had never seen such generosity. One elder cried, saying, "We thought we would disappear, but the humans, they saved our people." Human and Vorai engineers began working together, combining their technologies. Vorai scanners were added to human ships. Human shields were shared with Vorai vessels. Slowly, a new alliance was forming, not based on politics, not based on fear, but based on compassion. Across the galaxy, rumors spread. Strange reports reached distant planets. Cargo ships claimed they saw massive human vessels moving through deep space. Some said they saw lightning ships, craft that moved faster than thought. Others whispered about a Terran armada. The major empires laughed. Humans? A grand fleet? Impossible. They are harmless. They are nothing. But the small races, the oppressed ones, the ones suffering under the cracks, they started to hope. If humans could save the Vorai, maybe they could save others. Meanwhile, inside the Cracks' dominion, in their dark throne room, the Cracks' warlords stood around a hologram of the destroyed Vorai world. They celebrated, drinking thick purple liquid as they bragged about future conquests. But suddenly, a general entered with fear on his face. "Warlord Zarkith, we detected a strange human vessel near the border." The warlord laughed loudly. "A human vessel? What danger is that? Send a scout team and destroy it." But the general hesitated. It was large, my lord. Very large." "How large?" The general swallowed hard. "Almost the size of our Dominion-class cruisers." Silence. The warlords stared at each other. Impossible. Humans were not supposed to have ships like that. "Find out more," Zarkith growled. "But humans cannot challenge us." The last meeting before the storm. Back on the Terran flagship Atlas I, the Vorai leader met the human commander in a quiet conference room. The Vorai asked softly, "Why are you doing this? Why risk war with the Cracks?" The human commander stood by the window, staring at the stars. "Because someone has to. Because this galaxy has been silent for too long. Because no one stops the ones who hurt the weak." He turned toward the Vorai and added, "The Cracks believe no one will fight them. We're going to prove them wrong." Outside the window, a massive formation of human warships drifted into position. Dreadnoughts, carriers, cruisers, battleships. The Terran Alliance fleet. And they were preparing for war. The final signal. A communications officer rushed in. "Sir, Crack's ships have entered Vorai space again." The commander nodded. "Then the time has come. He pressed a single button. Across every Terran ship, every colony, every base, the message echoed. Operation Dawnshield Phase 2. Mobilize the fleet. Engines ignited. Massive warships moved forward. The stars flickered as hyperspace lanes opened. The humans were no longer silent. They were coming. And the galaxy would never be the same again. The moment the galaxy learns what humans truly are. The Vorai system was quiet for many hours. Cold space, burning ruins, drifting ash from destroyed Vorai moons. The Crack's Dominion forces moved confidently, like hunters walking through a dead forest. Warships with red lights and cruel edges patrolled the broken planets. To them, this was simple. Another weak species crushed. Another star system added to their empire. Their commander, Lord Zarketh, sat inside his throne ship, watching the remains of Vorai cities. He smiled. Soon, the galaxy will kneel. But then, a sudden alert, a soft beep, a sensor glitch. At least, that's what they thought at first. A strange reading. A Cracks officer frowned. My lord. Space-time distortion detected. Zarketh waved his hand. Probably debris. Ignore it. But the officer checked again. His eyes widened. No. This is different. Very strong. Something is coming. Zarketh stood up slowly. What kind of something? The officer's voice trembled. A fleet, my lord. A big one. Zarketh's smile faded. Which empire? The officer swallowed hard. Humans. The Cracks war room fell silent. Humans? Impossible. Humans had no fleet strong enough to enter Cracks territory. But then, the stars cracked open. The arrival of the Terran Armada. Blue-white hyperspace tunnels burst across the darkness. One ship appeared. Then 5. Then dozens. Then hundreds. A massive wall of steel and light. The Terran Alliance Third Fleet. Dreadnoughts shaped like mountains. Carriers longer than cities. Destroyers that glowed with energy shields. Fighters launching by the thousands. A calm human voice echoed on all open channels. To the Cracks Dominion, this system is under Terran protection. Withdraw immediately. The Cracks laughed. Humans? You dare challenge us? The humans answered with silence. But their guns began to glow. The Cracks attack first. Zarketh roared. Fire everything. Show these insects their place. Cracks warships launched beams, missiles, plasma shots. A storm of red energy crossed space. Every shot hit the Terran front lines. And then, the galaxy witnessed something unbelievable. The human ships did not break, did not fall, did not even slow down. Their new shields shimmered like liquid light, absorbing the entire Cracks barrage. The Terran commander simply said, Return fire. The first human strike. Dozens of Terran dreadnoughts opened fire at once. Not with simple lasers, not with missiles, but with quantum lances, beams that cut through matter like wind through sand. 3 Cracks cruisers exploded instantly. 2 more broke into pieces. 1 battleship turned into a silent, drifting skeleton. The Cracks fleet panicked. This cannot be human technology. They are too strong. What are these weapons? But the humans did not pause. Fighters swarmed like a silver tide. Bombers moved in precise formations, hitting shields and engines perfectly. Human AI drones sliced through Cracks defenses with impossible speed. The Cracks realized a dangerous truth. Humans were not weak. They were predators hiding behind soft masks. Zarketh sends the elite. Zarketh snarled. Release the blood harvesters. Giant Cracks elite ships, black spiked monsters, charged toward the Terran lines. These were legendary ships, feared across the galaxy. They destroyed anything they touched. But today, something new awaited them. The Terran commander spoke quietly. Release the Archimer. The sky splits open. A shadow appeared behind the Terran fleet. At first, even the Cracks didn't understand. Then it kept growing, and growing, and growing. A ship the size of a small moon emerged from hyperspace. Silver armor, blue engine rings, a giant human symbol glowing on its side. The TAS Archimer. humanity's most secret weapon. Crack's crews screamed. That's impossible. Humans cannot build something that big. It's a super dreadnought. The Archimer aimed its main cannon. A giant circle of white light formed, brighter and brighter. Then it fired. The shot heard across the galaxy. The beam hit a blood harvester dead center. No explosion. No sound. Just pure white light. And then emptiness. The elite Crack's ship simply vanished. The remaining blood harvesters tried to escape, but human fighters chased them, marking them with tracking flares. The Archimer fired again. Another Crack's giant disappeared. The turning point. For the first time in their history, the Crack's dominion tasted fear. Their weapons felt old. Their armor felt thin. Their ships felt slow. And the humans kept advancing. One Crack's officer begged Zarketh, "My lord, we must retreat. If we stay, we die." Zarketh growled, but he understood. This was no longer a battle. It was a warning. Humans were not weak. Humans were not prey. Humans were something else. Unbreakable. Unstoppable. Evolving faster than any race ever known. Zarketh shouted, "All ships, fall back. Retreat. The battle ends." As the Cracks fled into hyperspace, the Terran fleet held position. Human soldiers cheered. Vorai refugees cried with joy. A calm message was sent from the Terran commander to all listening species. To the galaxy, the humans have entered the war. The final scene. In the darkness far away, Zarketh sat alone, shaking with rage. "This is not the end, humans. You will pay." But for the first time, he wasn't sure if he believed his own words.